Hello everyone, my name is Juarez and I am so glad that you're here. If you're new here, I was married at 18 and divorced at 21, so I am just sharing my experiences on this channel. I recently shared that I have entered into the dating world once again, and it is weird because when I was dating initially, I was literally 14, so this is pretty much my first time ever dating. I left a Q&A box open on my Instagram story, and you guys had asked me some amazing questions, and a lot of which pertain to dating, so I was like, I'll just do a whole Q&A video about dating and leave some of the other questions for other videos coming up. If you haven't already yet and want to cozy up with me in this video, please grab a cozy comfy blanket and a little cup of tea. I'm drinking it's kind of like a spiced tea. Question number one, a hard hitter, the one everybody wants to know. Am I in a relationship? The answer is yes. It's so crazy for me still to process that I have a boyfriend. Oh my gosh, there's a squirrel right there. I'm really happy, and this is a part of my life that I really considered how much I want to share about me and this person together online. And for now, things could change, but I have just decided that I kind of want to keep that a little bit more private on my end, because I've shared so much of my personal life on the internet that I'd really like to have this part of my life private. I'm sure if you do some digging, you will find out who this person is, and that's fine. I'm not trying to keep him this big secret and hide him away or whatever. It's just, I'm just doing this for me. I just don't feel right about sharing my relationship all over publicly online, because I just, for my own protection in my heart and to have something private of my own, I feel like I just want to keep that more private for now. And again, things could change, but that's how I feel right now. The second question that somebody asked me is, how did you feel on your first date? It was a weird experience for me. Let me think back. I mean, there was a few first dates. If you saw my dating video that I posted a little bit ago, the very first date was very soon after my divorce, which I've again processed that wasn't the right time for me, and it was definitely a trauma response and all these different things. Once I revisited dating again, I really wanted to just go on a very non-emotional, just a very non-emotionally charged date, very low stakes date. I went on this date with this guy to a vegan restaurant, and we just sat at the window seat, and it's actually kind of nice to sit at the window seat because you're not facing each other at this food place. We just sat and faced out to the window, so we didn't have to be face to face the whole time. I think it was only an hour long, and he paid for my breakfast, and we just talked about work and life and family and stuff. And it was just a nice, very casual date. Yeah, it was a little weird after not having gone on an official date in a really long time. And then going on this date with this random person, it was from a dating app, but he was genuinely such a nice person, and it was the most normal date. It's probably the most normal thing I've ever done in my life. After I got back home, he messaged me and he was like, hey, thank you so much for your time. Honestly, I had a great time getting to know you. This isn't exactly what I'm looking for, but again, it's nothing you did or anything. It's just a me thing. I wish you the best. And he was genuinely so nice. And I was like, I'm so glad he did that, because I was gonna have to send that message that's hey, you're so great. Not what I'm looking for, but thank you for the nice time. And so I think if you can find some experiences like that, that will help usher you into being okay, I think I can test out these waters, and it's gonna be okay. This is okay. When I was going out on dates, I was trying to set myself an end time. Okay, you were going for an hour. The cutoff is an hour, or the cutoff is an hour and 30. If it's going really extremely well, then maybe extend the time, but let somebody know. So that was helpful for me. The next question that somebody asked me is, what are the best and worst parts of getting back out there? It's so scary. Yeah, it is scary. And I do go like much more in depth in the other video that I filmed, but definitely still a good question. And I think the best parts are somewhat obvious because it's like you get to spend time with somebody again and you're flirting again, and like you get to have like somebody to go do something with, and you get to like feel like treated, you know. And I think that you can also like learn a lot about yourself. You can gain a lot of confidence, a lot of perspective. It's also really scary. So the worst parts are being like extremely nervous for a date and like feeling like what if this goes terrible, and overthinking and anxiety, and also like maybe if you're in like a not so great situation, like that could happen, and like what if he's a murderer, you know. Like I was definitely thinking that like sometimes it can be really scary. So like the worst parts are just the unknown, maybe fearing rejection. The best parts are worth it, you know. It can be worth it. Definitely try to get back out there and just take it one little teeny step at a time. I think something that helped me for it to not be so scary is cluing my friends and family in on the fact that I'm going out on dates, and like letting them know my location, letting them know when I'm there, when I'm leaving. I also liked to like think about like some things that I can just talk about if like the conversation gets a little bit quiet. Like what can I add to this in case like I feel like things are getting a little stale, and so I can just like have that in the back of my mind. That made things a little bit less scary too. The next question that somebody asked me is, have you dealt with any triggers from your past relationship in dating? Yes, definitely yes. Again, I know I keep saying this, but I did talk about this so much more in that other video, but I will say for sure, like I talked more about like dating, like going out on dates in that one, but like I would actually like to talk about, because like I said, I'm in a relationship, and like it's really triggering. Like it's really triggering to be in a relationship after divorce. There's been many times where like we've had to work through one of my triggers and like one of the things that like I'm like accustomed to, and now I like have to unlearn it. And I think again, just the very fact of being in a relationship can be triggering after divorce. So process it with a therapist, process it with your closest friends and family, and journal and write out your feelings, let it out, cry about it. I have had some tears recently about dating, and also things have come up like from my past marriage, like memories have come up and stuff that I wasn't aware of or I didn't really remember now that I'm in a relationship. I think it also takes a very special kind of person to like stick with you through all that and to really want to work through that with you. And if they don't, then they can leave. And the last question I will answer for this Q&A is, have you considered dating women or identify with a different gender than men and women? Personally, haven't considered like going on a date with a woman or dating anybody of a different gender. I am heterosexual, so I will be dating men. Honestly, valid question. A lot of women after divorce consider like, oh, maybe like there's like a different option out there for me. Totally like normal and natural to question your sexuality after divorce. Girlies, it is weird. It is very weird to date after you've been married. I guess I just thought I'd be in my single girly era for like so much longer than I was. But that's okay, because we're just moving through it. We're moving with it through life and taking it day by day and making sure that I'm not falling into like old patterns and habits, and just trying to also like seek God's like voice and guidance on every part of my life. I hope some of these questions that other people asked maybe were similar things that you guys were wondering about, and I hope that this gives you a little bit of like perspective, maybe some clarity on like things that you've been going through or things you've been wondering about, and just a gentle reminder that it's okay to not know and to be sorting through it. Be careful not to get too lost in like dating and stuff, because it's fun, but it's also not everything. It's not everything. And you and the relationship that you have with yourself, and the relationship if you're religious or have a religion or a faith, a relationship with God, that is very important, and that's one of the most important things. I'm really excited for you if you're in this phase of life. It's really exciting, and you got this. Totally got this. I love you so much, and I'm praying for you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay, bye.